what you do at the beginning of Saturday Night Live is there's a monologue, a comedy monologue, and they heard, the producers, that my mother was in town, and they said, would she like to be in the show,
Brilliant,
doing a monologue with you? And I said, well, I'll ask her, but I mean, you know, this is a live show, goes out to 45 million Americans Saturday night.
Yes, yeah.
Probably not something you want to do. So I said, do you want to be on a live show going out to 45 million Americans Saturday night? She said, yes, dear, that's all right. Yeah. If you want me to, dear. Yeah. And she came along and she did it. And she did this bit, and she was a great success. And they you know, they asked her to do various links because she was so good in the opening monologue. So would you come on? And there she was with a little handbag introducing these wild punk groups. Yeah. You know, now the crazy fish slappers or whatever she had to introduce. And she did it absolutely magnificently.
We got a there's a nice picture of you actually here with your mother, and also in the picture we see your sister.
Ah, there's my mum, yeah, the little one. Yeah,
Angela,
there she is.
To your left.
With her dangerous handbag.
That's great. You write a lot about Angela, Michael, in the book, in your diaries, and you know, I think
that's my sister next to me, Angela. Yeah,
her story is quite tragic, and you confront her story, and it's a relief because it shouldn't be taboo. What happened to Angela?
Well, I mean, she took her own life. She committed suicide in 1987, and she'd had a history of depression.
Yes.
And a kind of depression which you just can't really understand as an outsider. But it had been very, very hard for her. And she finally took her life in 1987. And it was in the diaries. I'd written it, obviously, in my diaries at the time.
Yes.
And I had to sort of decide whether to keep it in or not.
Was it tough going back to the diaries at that time, which was essentially looking at real time?
Yeah.
For you, was that difficult, or were you very mechanical about it?
It was difficult. I was very, you know, quite upset. Really.
I would imagine.
But I felt, well, that's what I felt at the time. And
yes.
Various people sort of, you know, talk about her death, but in a rather sort of, you know, reserved way. We don't want to.
Would rather not.
And I said, come on. She was 52 when she died. She wasn't always gloomy. She had moments of gloom. She was also brilliant. She was funny. She was attractive. She had a lovely family and all that. So there were the two sides to it. And what I didn't want is for her to be forgotten. Just because you take your own life, there's a kind of feeling that there's some taboo. Therefore, the rest of your life shouldn't be discussed.
Yes.
I mean, if you know, sadly, if you died, say, of cancer at that age, people would still celebrate the rest of your life. So I was kind of, it was important for me to keep that in the diary and my feelings at the time, because I wanted to remember her and for her to be remembered and not sort of written out of history because of the manner of her death. So that's why I sort of kept it in.